Welcome to the 1998-1999 video yearbook. It's now closing time for the old Okie High and a beginning to the start of a new.
Oak Hills has a wide variety of students and personalities. When they all come together, you truly have your Highlanders.
If you guys won $1 million, what would you buy?
I'd buy grass for the football field.
I'd buy a third world country.
Good grades.
If I had $1 million, I'd buy a golf course. How about you, Tricia?
I'd buy a lot of candy.
If they won $1 million, they would.
Can you say, shopping's free? If we won $1 million, we would buy the school and run it our way.
If you won $1 million, what would you buy?
I would buy Chad Tucker.
The question is, who's the hottest looking educator in the whole entire world?
A, Mr. Belding.
B, Mr. Corey.
Or C, Professor Plum?
Industrial technology classes offer a wide variety of hands-on activities for the students. Learning skills can be developed in areas such as graphic arts, woodworking, drafting, CAD, and metals and engineering, just to name a few. The question was, who is the hottest looking educator in the world? If you answered B, Mr. Corey, you are correct.
The marching men practiced long and hard for those 10 minutes of halftime glory. Just listen to the sound and the precision. It was a spectacular 98 marching season.
Homecoming this year brought out a ton of Okie High spirit. Seniors got crazy with toga day, while juniors wore fashionable garbage bag togas and sophomores enjoyed Inside Out Day.
I realize it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you yesterday. You'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry. Hold it, now I want to hoodwink. Does it make you stop think? You'll think you look.
The annual homecoming hallway contest was won this year by juniors, drama club, and of course, the seniors. Our hallways were filled with color and various themes this year. It was a blast.
You try to match wits, you try to hold me by the bus through. Gonna make a break and take a bake out like a stinking naked shake out like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Gonna see the show cause then you'll know the vertigo is gonna go cause it's so dangerous you'll have to sign a waiver. Can't I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard.
Led by the homecoming court cruising around in convertibles, followed by the students' decked out cars, the parade fired up everyone in town for the big football game. Winners of the most decorative cars contest were Garrett Gebhardt, Jesse Neese, and Matt Albers.
5 days since you tackled me. I still got the red rims on both my knees. It's been 3 days since the afternoon. You realize it's not my fault, but a moment's too soon. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, and now I sit back.
The homecoming pep rally turned out awesome. The pudding wrestling and Dr. Keeman getting a pie in the face made for some great entertainment while the whole school got pepped up for the big game against Amelia. As always, the seniors cheered the loudest.
Trying out the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking. Watching X-Files with no lights on, with all our Masons. I hope the smoky man's in this one like Harrison Ford. I'm getting frantic, like Stingham Tantric, like Stinker's guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did
The Highlanders football team soared to a new height with a 5-0 record, leading them to be Queen City Conference champs, with a strong 6-4 record overall. The team had a great season led by Mike McGowan, Jason Wilcox, Dave Watts, and Mark Brockstrom.
And the only touchdown scored against Elder
Was by Cat Stevens. Cat, 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 cat.
From this moment, as long as I live, I will love you. I promise you this, there is nothing I wouldn't give.
This year's homecoming week was perfect in every way. Hallways were covered, students wore red and black with pride, and the pep rally will get on in history. Then, Friday, October 31st, 1998, our mighty Highlanders whooped a strong Amelia team to claim their 4th straight homecoming win. Halftime witnessed an exciting homecoming court, including Mike Kaufman, Lisa Walrath, Josh Ruberg, Lizzie Brockstrom, Laura Fisher, CJ Gray, April Vaught, Scott Spillman, Neil McKinley, Marissa Franklin, Dave Lamb, Sarah Hunterman, and Mandy Wilson and Chris Gaines received the crowns.
All we need is just the two.
As the gym sparkled in silver and black, we danced the night away to the theme song, Don't Want to Miss a Thing. Check it out.
The boys cross-country team was led by seniors Pete Carasoni, Ralph Schoenfeld, and Craig Alexander to become champs of the QCC.
The very spirited girls cross-country team had an unbelievable year.
The girls tennis team, led by juniors Elizabeth Brunsman and Molly Meisner, and senior Sarah Fengman, had a successful and rewarding season. Their good attitudes and spirit helped pull through for a winning season.
The Highlander golf team enjoyed another excellent season with an 11-6 record, 2nd in the QCC and 5th at sectionals. They were led by senior captain Brandon Cook, who made the 2nd hole-in-one of Oak Hill's history.
The volleyball team had another fun and successful season this year. They were led by seniors Lisa Walrath, Jenny Englert, and Lizzie Brockstrom. They all have great enthusiasm and love for the sport, which showed out every game on the court. They put up excellent fights against some of the top teams, ending with a 13-10 record and 2nd in the QCC.
The boys soccer team had 14 seniors this year and had another great season. They finished with a 9-4-3 record and placed 2nd in the very competitive QCC conference. The team was ranked in the top 5 for most of the season. They scored 55 goals while only allowing 11.
The Oak Hills Ladies Scots brought back life into women's soccer this year with a 16-2-3 record. The team was led by captains Tracy Morgan, Joy Ward, and Holly Schmid. tremendous wins were made over Seton and Mercy. And for the first time in women's soccer at Oak Hills, they crushed Anderson. They won the QCC League Championship and had a great season.
This year's powder puff was downright dirty. Nobody got away from the game without shaving cream or mud somewhere, especially Laura Jackson. Of course, the juniors left a little dirtier after the seniors shut them out. Everyone played an awesome game, but we couldn't have done it without the help of our football player coaches.
Classrooms are the basis of learning. They give everyone an opportunity to share their knowledge and experience.
Do you recognize anyone? Aw, they're so cute and adorable. They haven't changed a bit.
Here are the top 10 ways to avoid construction. Number 10.
Get out of the way.
And number 9 is
Go home sick.
Number 8.
rent videos of your classes at Feature Video.
Number 7. Fly a helicopter over the construction.
Number 6. Carry your danger sign.
And number 5 is, tell your parents school is canceled for a year and everyone will pass.
And number 4 is dress like an orange barrel and blend in. And number 3 is
Carpool with Dr. Keenan. Number 2 is
drive a life-size pocket truck. And the number 1 way to avoid construction is make the sophomores lay down and form a bridge.
The Oak Hills Drama Club kicked their 98-99 season off with a children's play, The House at Pooh Corner. The cast and crew did a job well done.
I am the most dreadful singer to ever live. Singers don't like acorn.
Doesn't like honey or acorns or thistles because the taste or because the bristle.
Perfectly new house.
Welcome to the first annual performance of Best of Broadway here at Oak Hills High School.
But I can't regret that I did
I wouldn't have to work hard. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset.
The cool at school this year. The Mustang still reigns. Sports utility vehicles gained in popularity. The Beetle made a comeback as a hot car, just redesigned with a rainbow of colors. The Furby was the hot Christmas toy, selling over 1 million by FAO Schwartz. Some of the top movies for the teenage audience this year were Oscar winner Shakespeare in Love, Saving Private Ryan, The Waterboy, and Armageddon. Among the hit TV shows in 98-99, NBC's Just Shoot Me, Fox's Ally McBeal, Jerry Springer, South Park, NYPD Blue, Dawson's Creek, and King of the Hill. In music, award winners included NSYNC as the Pop Rock New Artist of the Year. The Male R&B Award went to Will Smith. The Billboard Artist of the Year, Usher. And the Grammy Album of the Year, Lauryn Hill.
The question is, who has the best talent at Oak Hills High School? Is it A, Laura Jackson, B, Mike Williams, or is it C, Tracy Morgan?
Here are some of the best and some of the worst as told by Oak Hills students.
Best movie of the year, Something About Mary.
The worst movie of the year was
Godzilla.
The best TV show of the year is Dawson's Creek. The worst TV show of this year was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And the best new group of the year is NSYNC.
The worst comeback of the year is
Vanilla Ice.
Here we present our most beautiful singers at Okie High. Lend them your ear.
The question was, who has the best talent at Oak Hills High School?
If you said B, Mike Williams,
You're correct.
The 1998-99 boys basketball team had a great season with a record of 23. They were city champs and shared their league championship while defeating Woodward for the first time in school history. The Lady Scots basketball team, led by Coach Sherm Perkins, had an exciting and positive year.
Our Oak Hill swimmers made a little splash, and a few went on to state.
Our wrestling team had another successful season, placing first in the QCC. Jason Wilcox led the team with his title Wrestler of the Year in QCC, followed by Josh Shepard, Most Valuable Wrestler at Oak Hills. The Oakats are a group of 64 girls who work year-round. They entertain the crowds at football games, basketball games, and pep rallies while at the same time practicing for their competition season. They have received numerous superior ratings and awards. They ended their year as the State National Kick Team, Best Leadership Award, and the silver medal in their 8-minute show. Drama Club presents us with Tom Jones, the winner play, starring Dino Parada, Elise Kittner, and Leah Reddy.
I should provide for him a better medal than you could ever hope to do. Only when you thank me. Stand up, Jones. He has the penny.
Spoken like a true romantic.
Hold, you rascal! That's not fair. You have a stick.
Morp's
always been the best. It was awesome this year because all of the diva seniors worked it. A few Highlanders strut their stuff in the annual prom fashion show. Oak Hill students showed their spirit during the pep rally where we shaved Mike Pettyjohn's legs.
And here's some Oak Hill students with their rendition of Party Like It's 1999.
Life is just a party and party was meant to last. So tonight, party like it's 1999. Let's have a ball, we could all die any day. So tonight, party like it's 1999. But when I woke up this morning, well, this morning was Judgment Day. Tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999.
Okay, you guys, which teacher reminds you most of your mom and dad?
Well, I think that would have to be, what do you guys think? I think it would have to be Mr. Brockall.
The teacher that most reminds me of my mom is my mom.
The teacher that reminds me most of my parents is Mrs. Booker because she always yells at me.
The teacher that reminds me most of my mom is Mrs. Brewer because she yells at me for everything I do and she says I don't try.
I'd have to say Mr. Loudman because he's bullhead and he always thinks he's right. More or less, he's a guy. Boy, is that true.
And now in music, we saw them on television and in concert and listened to them on the radio and CD. The top artists of the school year.
These tattoos on me, just to show you that we real, and I still can't believe that you're dead.
Every night I pray before I walk out on this stage. Have you ever closed your eyes and dreamed that they were there? And I hope that you feel the same way too.
Look at all the talented students of Okie High, from dancers to actors to singers. Oak Hills has tons of faces, from 10th graders to 12th graders, but no matter what grade we're in, we're all Highlanders. No matter what art class they're in, whether it's sculpture, drawing, painting, or 3D design, they're one big creative art family. The question is, what was the best part of the school year?
A, 6 snow days.
B, Dr. Keeman taped to the wall.
C, a warning bell before homeroom.
The boys of summer led the way in sports this year as both Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa broke a 37-year-old record for home runs in a single season. The Cardinals' McGuire finished with 70 to break the record. Sosa hit it out 66 times for the Cubs. The New York Yankees had one of the best seasons ever by any Major League ball club and then won the World Series. The Chicago Bulls won their 6th NBA championship and said goodbye to his heiress, Michael Jordan. The Detroit Red Wings swept the Washington Capitals to win their 2nd consecutive Stanley Cup. Steve Yzerman won the Conn Smythe Award as the most valuable player. And the University of Tennessee Vols went undefeated, winning the NCAA football championship. Jeff Gordon once again dominated Winston Cup racing by winning his 2nd straight championship. He continued his winning style by taking the checkered flag at the Daytona 500. In the world of golf, Lee Jansen claimed the U.S. Open and Mark O'Meara took the Masters.
The question was, what was the best part of the school year? If you said B, Dr. Keeman taped to the wall, you're right.
The 1999 baseball team had a wonderful season, finishing 2nd in their league with big wins against Fairfield, St. Xavier, and Anderson. Garrett Gebhardt was voted their most valuable player. The girls softball team had an exciting and fun season, pitching, hitting, and playing defense. The JV team will take over next year. Our varsity boys tennis team placed 1st in the coach's flight and 2nd in the best of the West, even though our JV team came out on top with the record of 11-4.
Our boys track team had an outstanding season with their ranking in the top 10 since 1989. They placed 2nd in the best of the West. Our girls team, however, had their best season in nearly 20 years while winning the title, the best of the West. As a community service project to Hawksworth Blood Center, any student over the age of 17 had the opportunity to donate blood to save others' lives.
The class of '99 spent one last night together partying all night long at the Miami Rec Center.
This whole damn world could fall apart, could be
Continuing with more of the Best of Oak Hills, students showed us their amazing talents. However, we all know the best was saved for last. Thriller! It doesn't matter what you have, a junker to a new 99, as long as you have wheels. Once again, our drama club presented us with the amazing finale, The Boyfriend. Thanks and congratulations to all.
Lisa, what are your feelings on the Columbine shooting?
I think it's horrible that it happened at all and that it's been spreading throughout the country and affecting so many people.
It's a really great tragedy. It shouldn't have happened, but there's just some things we can't help in life, and this is one of them.
I feel that the kids there suffered a great loss, and most of them were just too young to die.
I think it's very scary and sad that something like that can happen in our schools, but our hearts definitely go out to all of the victims and their families.
I think it was just really sad, and things like that shouldn't happen in high school.
Our teachers challenge us in the classroom and care about us after school hours. Here are some of our favorite teachers. The end of the year is approaching and seniors came to celebrate in style. After a terrific meal at the Westin, we were entertained by fellow students and captivated by speeches, especially Georgia's.
Working hard for valedictorian and salutatorian. I mean, number 1 and number 2.
There's only us, there's only this. Forget regret, or life is worse than this. No other road, no other way, no day but today.
What was the best part of the school year?
Definitely homecoming. All the decorations in the hall and the school spirit, it was really great.
The best part of the school day is 2:33 in the afternoon.
Spring break.
May 27th.
The best part of the school year is
the football game! Yeah!
The best part of this year was making new friends!
Hey John, what's the best part of the school year? Graduation.
Prom. The best part of the school year is selling carnations for the Renaissance Club.
Our favorite memory of the year is prom. The question is, in your opinion, what is the most controversial thing?
A, no valedictorian or salutatorian.
B, festival parking.
Or C, Channel 1.
In the news this year, For only the second time in our nation's history, there was an impeachment trial of a president. After a long investigation by Kenneth Starr and votes in the House, President William Jefferson Clinton was impeached. The United States and NATO took action against Yugoslavia for alleged ethnic cleansing in Kosovo, as constant fighting between the Serbs and Muslims escalated. Allegations surrounding the Olympic Games emerged as some members of the International Olympic Committee accepted money and other benefits for their vote in the awarding of the hosting site for the Olympic Games. At the age of 77, John Glenn convinced NASA to let him join the Space Shuttle crew as a way to study the effects of aging during space flights. 250,000 cheering spectators watched the launch of the Discovery into space. As El Nino gave way to La Nina, 1998 turned out to be America's worst year on record for natural disasters. Honduras and Puerto Rico were some of the hardest hit.
The question was, in your opinion, what was the most controversial issue at Oak Hills this year?
You answered A, no valedictorian or salutatorian.
You were right.
Special word to the seniors. If you're lucky, when you leave Oak Hills, you'll continue to learn. Your high school education may end, but your learning will not. Use your experiences to make wise decisions in the days ahead, because successful people in all walks of life live in the present, they reflect on the past, and they plan for the future. And then they make the most of every day and every opportunity to learn and to grow. So as you leave Oak Hills, live, reflect, and plan. And may God bless you as you do.
Just as a final word of advice to the senior class, I'd like you to remember that life is full of choices and they're there for you to make. I'd like you to choose to be happy and to have a good life. And those are choices that you make. No one else makes those for you. Enjoy yourself. Take care of people you love and people that love you.
Oak Hills would never be the same without all our friends. The 1999 prom court made it a hard decision to pick king and queen, but Josh Ruberg and Marissa Franklin came out ahead.
Everyone arrived in style and showed their moves in the city lights.
Westernville was the place to be after prom. All who came enjoyed the night filled with fun, games, and many prizes.
I'm holding it back tonight. I'm kind of tired.
The final formal gathering for the graduates, the baccalaureate, was held at Bridgetown United Church of Christ.
How God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today, and tomorrow is thrown into the fire. The Lord replied, "My precious, precious child, I love you, and I will never, never leave you during your times of trial. May
We are astrologists, reading and analyzing the palms of life in every new person we encounter. The presence of God watches over us, and wherever we are, God is.
From the first day as freshmen, seniors couldn't wait for this time to come, but it's finally here. Graduation.
Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth.
Congratulations to all us sons and daughters of the Oak Hills Highlands.
I've learned that memories are treasures, but the past has passed. And these memories must be used to shape the present.
Call in a way you can't grasp how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really look. Don't worry about the future, or worry, but know that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubblegum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never crossed your worried mind, the kind that blindsides you at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday. Do one thing every day that scares you. Sing. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Floss. Don't waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself. Remember compliments you receive. Forget the insults. If you succeed in doing this, tell me. Keep your old love letters. Throw away your old bank statements. Stretch. Don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life. The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't. Get plenty of calcium. Be kind to your knees. You'll miss them when they're gone. Maybe you'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Whatever you do.
The year came to an end at 2:33 May 27. It's finally closing time for our good old Okie High School building. Next year, after renovations, the high school building will welcome in a new century that includes all 4 grade levels.
It will look 85. Be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth. But trust me on the sunscreen.
Right now, the Multimedia Yearbook, the book, the video, and now CD-ROM in selected schools. It's the yearbook set for today.